Hi. Thank you for attending today's reading. Let's begin. I drove halfway across the US to meet up with a girl I befriended on Xbox. This is quite possibly the craziest and most spontaneous thing that's ever happened to me, and I still can't fully wrap my head around what the fuck just happened. So about 6 months ago I was playing a game that I shall not name. Small community game. Also, this is a throwaway account for obvious reasons. With some friends, and the game requires teams of 4 to play effectively and win, so we're constantly going through rotations of a few people as they get on and off the game. Eventually my friend, who's one of the elites of the game, so he knows a lot of the best players, brings this girl into our team and we play a few games and she's like really good and I'm like, okay, so this girl is good, that's cool. I wouldn't mind playing with her more often. Well, not long after this my elite friend gets communication banned, so in order to talk we resorted to Facebook voice chat, which meant he had to add us all on Facebook and make a group chat for us to do the group call from. So now I'm in a group chat with this girl and it turns out she's wayyyy attractive. Easily a 9. Debatably a 10. Total dream girl material. Now I was in a relationship at the time, but things weren't going well, so this girl definitely had my attention. Fast forward a couple months and my elite friend went off the deep end emotionally and became a dick and had a falling out with most of us, including me, this girl, and a couple others. And we all remained a squad after this without him. I end up mainly playing with her for the next few months and we become really good friends to the point where we were texting and calling each other outside of Xbox. I had just gotten out of my falling apart relationship too, and this girl, while in a relationship, made it pretty clear that she was sexually bored of her relationship and we started flirting heavy. About a month ago she had admitted to liking me and expressed a sexual desire. And I had admitted the same back, and then I decided I'd drive 5 states over to meet her and possibly have sex. Except she still has the boyfriend, so her options to do this, and she wanted to, was to either cheat, big bad, or discuss a threesome, open relationship with her BF. So I show up for 3 days and nothing happens on the first 2 days because she's not willing to cheat and her BF wasn't willing to play ball on the open relationship thing quite yet, and she sprung it on him rather suddenly. So on the 3rd day I'm kinda upset and getting ready to leave and go back empty-handed. Although I still met up with her and hung out and we had a good time. It hadn't been the fun time I had imagined. Then she sends me a picture of her boobs and I'm like, what are you doing? And she's like, my BF agreed to a threesome. Come over right now. So I go over there and literally within 2 minutes and next to no prior discussion, we're having a threesome, and I mean for hours we went at it. This girl is low-key a freak in bed. I drove 1,400 miles to meet this really fucking attractive girl who's in a relationship and actually managed to have sex with her anyways. Still can't believe this happened. Xbox does some crazy shit. I'm not even that attractive. I don't know how this girl became interested in me. Genuinely doesn't feel like this is real. The only reason I'm writing this post is because I really want to tell people. But not people who know me. This story because it's fucking wild. Only a handful of people on both our ends know the story. The total count is under 10 for sure. I'm driving back right now and still can't quite believe what happened to me. I am shook. TL. Doctor. Befriended a 10 out of 10 chick on Xbox. Drove 5 states over to meet her. Ended up having a threesome with her and her boyfriend. Wild. End of story. Next story. I had a guy shake a turd out of his pant leg and a lady who saw the nasty deed burst my eardrums. I work part-time in a bar next to a popular park in my town. We only do private events, i.e., birthday parties, company get-togethers, and such. So, this happened one night with a small and quiet birthday party of a 34-year-old mother. There were about 40 people at the height of the night, including children. The kids, who couldn't drink anything alcoholic, and the parents were very insistent about them not getting too much sugar, so I made an alcohol-free cocktail which the kids absolutely adored, and since we use natural ingredients it's not overly sweet. One of these kids in particular, a 9 to 10-year-old boy who understood English and was very jumpy. Native country isn't an English-speaking country. Loved the pina colada, at least I thought so, since he was getting one every half hour. I noticed during one point that this guy in his late 30s was sitting near the toilet in the corner of the dance floor holding his gut and burping like drunk people burp when they are about to introduce you to their lunch before running to the toilet. I noticed, cause I believe everyone noticed, there were some super disgusting guttural sounds coming from this guy, and I thought this guy might just burst out a fucking xenomorph. As I returned to cleaning glasses, the mother of the boy came up and wanted a mojito, sure thing. As I started plucking the mint leaves and cutting the lime, when she started asking questions about my work, so I looked at her, trying to engage in a little small talk, before I noticed the man dragging a bunny-like turd ball line behind him, strutting towards the door, moving by stepping in front with his right leg and pulling his left leg behind him. It took me a few seconds to realize what I was saying. Mr. Shitsmear drilling me with a stare that sang songs with the theme of I do not want to be fucking here right now. Me. Wah. Ah. You alright, mother? Who? Turns around Philip. Wah. First, she smelled it. Then, she saw what he dealt. Then, this woman turned INTP Satan's personal Oprah singer. She screeched so high I believed my very physical being is taken apart molecule by molecule. After catching my bearing, I noticed that I was basically deaf on one ear and the other one wasn't sounding great either, which was probably a pro since the banshee was fucking dissing Mr. Shit Stream to tar ground, and I would have rather not heard what she said to her husband, as I later found out. Guy apparently was a recovering alcoholic and diabetic, and basically sent his son to get him the non-alcoholic pina coladas, which gave him violent diarrhea since we put cream in the cocktail, and this guy was lactose intolerant. He either didn't notice or in his sobering mind didn't care. I'm pretty sure I heard the screechy lady talk about divorce. Closed up early that night and took a long shower. Called in sick the day after. TLDR. Served drink to kids. Had to clean dad's shit smears from hardwood dance floor covered in sticky liquids. End of story. That is all for today. If you want to support my automated channel, feel free to drop a like and subscribe. See you tomorrow.